Hello, hello. Welcome to day 2 of the Psychic Challenge. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. I'm just going to give you guys a few minutes to jump on. Come and say hello if you're joining me live. And just let me know you can hear me and see me okay when you come in. Yay, I can see your comments now. They're just starting to pop up. Leanne's here, Jenny's here. Yay, thank you, Karen, for letting me know. Oh my gosh, I had a crazy morning. I don't know how you guys have all been. I hope you've had a great day. My daughter Skylar woke up last night screaming with growing pains in her legs. I don't know if any of your kids have had this. And then woke up her sister. So they were both awake last night. And then we finally got back to sleep, and then we had to do the school run, and we were late for school, and it was a whole big thing. So if you're a mum, you understand. But I'm excited to be here with you guys today. I really am. I'm excited for day 2. Let me know how you found day 1 as well. You know, if you've managed to watch day 1, just give me a day 1 in the comments if you've seen day 1, just so I know that you were there. Candace gets it, you got kids. You know, we try to manage everything, don't we? Sometimes us mums just amaze me with all the things that we juggle. Oh my goodness. I don't know, Brenda, you work full time as well, I think, with kids. It's a lot. So I'm really excited to dive into day 2. So quite a few of you were on with day 1 with me, where we talked all about clairvoyance, and when I gave you some exercises to really develop and activate the clairvoyant abilities as well, which is a lot of fun. And I really want to talk to you about clairaudience. And what I'm going to do is trying to help you to identify if this is a strength of yours, if this is a gift of yours. And it's such an incredible gift. And I remember when I first started doing my own psychic development work, I didn't hear things. I didn't have this strongly developed, but it was something that I really wanted to experience, that I worked on and practiced over the years. And now I can clearly hear spirit. And I can clearly hear messages from my guides, and I can hear guidance coming through for other people. And it is an amazing gift, you know. So it is like any of these gifts that we are identifying and working on. Some people already have them quite strongly developed, but others can work on doing these practices like we're going to go through today and really strengthen that ability to hear clearly. So clairaudience, let's talk about a bit about what it is. This is your ability to clearly hear voices, if you want to put it out there like that, which is an interesting thing to think about, because in society and in our culture, if we hear voices, you know, we're classed as having a mental illness. But the fact is, a lot of people hear voices. And if you have spiritual gifts, then you're going to be likely to hear voices of other people, different words, phrases popping into your mind. So it's the ability to kind of hear messages coming through that maybe nobody else can hear, only you. So I want you to keep an open mind when it comes with clairaudience, because it's different for everybody. Sometimes when you start hearing clearly, it can sound like your own voice. Sometimes it will sound like a different voice. Be open to it. Don't get hung up on that. So when spirit talk to me, this is the amazing strength of clairaudience. I can hear their tone and their voice. I can hear if they speak a different language. I can hear, you know, the messages that they want to pass on to their loved ones. I can hear if there's somebody that talked very fast and talked a lot. So there's so much information we can really receive from developing clairaudience, okay? So if you are clairaudient or a natural clairaudient, you have this ability, these are some of the signs, okay? So I'm going to go through some of the signs, and it is so cool. I'm really excited to talk to you all about this. So one of the clear signs of clairaudience developing, some of you work with me so you know these, but and many of my clients start experiencing these as we work together as well. But hearing your name being called, let me know if you experience any of these as I read them out. Just pop it in the comments and let me know which ones you experience. Buzzing and ringing in your ears, okay? These are really common ones, signs that clairaudience is opening up, and also signs that spirit are trying to communicate with you. Okay, so often these things we just dismiss, we ignore, but these are the signs of your psychic gifts. Okay, if you're falling asleep at night, music playing in your mind, songs that just automatically just pop into your head, even if you wake up in the morning, this is another way that spirit will communicate with you. They will communicate messages through songs. And it's such a powerful one. I'm going to share a little story about this as well. I did a reading for somebody not long ago, and I remember her nana came through, and she had just passed away as her granddaughter had just given birth, okay? And the nana came through to tell me about this, and the daughter was quite upset because she was worried that the nana didn't really get to meet her daughter. And so the nana came through to let her know that she was right with her, that she had met the baby, and she came through with the song, You Are My Sunshine. Okay, I remember this reading quite clearly. And this song just started playing in my head, You Are My Sunshine. Now, my ego could have said, oh, well, that's just random. Of course, that's a song. It's a very common song, and just disregarded it. But instead, I chose to trust what I was receiving, and I told them the song that I was hearing, and they burst into tears because that was the song the nana passed away to, and it was the song playing whilst the granddaughter gave birth to her daughter. It was a very significant song. And so they were like in tears when I said this. So this is how it can be so meaningful and important when you can develop this. The other example I had is the song started playing when I was doing a reading, You Are 16 going on 17, you know, in The Sound of Music. And I just started singing that song, and that was also significant to the relationship they had with their grandmother, and they used to sing that song together. So don't ignore this. And also, if you're hearing songs that come on, your loved ones in spirit will play songs on the radio. They will bring and pop songs into your mind to give you a message. So let me know in the comments if you feel you've experienced this, you know, where a specific song that reminds you of a loved one just comes in at the perfect timing. You're having a difficult day, or you've been asking for guidance, and then all of a sudden the song comes in and it just gives you exactly what you needed. That's not a coincidence. This is how spirit work, okay? So I love clairaudience. I love it so much. It's such a powerful gift, and many of my students are developing this, and it's opening up more and more, which I'm going to share a bit on that in a moment. So the other signs that you have clairaudient abilities is this is what I want you to pay attention to, hearing words or phrases that just pop into your mind. Now, we can disregard that because we can think they're just random thoughts, but they're not. And this is a psychic ability, okay? So when I'm tuning in and reading for somebody, I will have random thoughts, words that just pop in, okay? Like, for example, I have shared this story before. I'm going to share it again because I think it really illustrates this. Your higher self and your guides and angels will communicate messages to you through your higher self, through your intuition, through clairaudience, through all the senses. But this is a way that it will come through. Has anyone had this experience where you just hear a word like, or a phrase like, don't go there, or stop the car, or turn left? Do you know how many experiences I've heard of this with clients and students, and miraculous things have happened, or they've been protected from a car accident or something like that when they've listened? So many students have told me stories like this, where they had someone intervene, or a voice said, stop the car, turn left, go this way, and they've avoided an accident. Let me know. Or if you're about to get on a plane and something in you just says, like, I just cannot go on that train or that bus or that plane, I need to wait for the next one. Listen, pay attention. This is also the way they work through you. The night that I met my husband, I remember this clear as day because I was 15 years old, because I've been with him a long time. And the short story of this is I wasn't allowed to go out that night. My parents said I needed to stay home. And I had a strong voice come through that said, you need to go to Hillary's and you need to go right now. And the feeling that came over me was like a knowing. And it was just, I couldn't ignore it. It was so strong. And I didn't understand why I needed to go. But I trusted it. And I thought, I need to do whatever it takes and I need to go now. And I ended up, cut a long story short, going to Hillary's. And that was the very night that I literally walked into my husband and bumped into him. Now, the really cool thing about this as well is that your guides are continuously trying to work through you and trying to help you meet up with other soul connections, people that you're meant to meet up in this life. And I always think this is really quite funny because they're always trying to maneuver us and guide us and give us a nudge to be in certain places at certain times where we meet really significant people on our path. And sometimes we listen and sometimes we don't. And I always laugh to myself thinking around what is it like for our guides and our loved ones in spirit trying to guide us when we ignore them half the time and we don't trust and we don't listen. So if you feel a strong guidance to, invest in a course or a coach or go to a certain place or go to a workshop or study something in particular, and you feel really good and excited about that, or you hear the words like you need to study this or you need to read this book, or a book keeps popping up again and again, pay attention. Okay, these are the signs of the way that they communicate with you. So the more that you strengthen this, the more you receive the information clearly and very quickly, and you can act on it. So some of the other signs that you have strong clairaudient abilities is that if you're someone that talks to yourself. Now, I'm going to share a funny story on this. It is so funny. I talk to myself all the time. Let me know in the comments if you're somebody who talks to themselves. And I'm going to share a funny story about this because my daughter Skylar is very much like me in every way. My personality, I talk a lot, I'm very social and all the things. I share everything that I'm thinking with my husband. Is anyone else like that? And sometimes I'm talking out loud when he's around, but I'm not actually talking to him. And he'll answer me and then get frustrated because he realizes that I'm not actually talking to him. So let me know. So my daughter the other day came home and she said, Mum, I realized that I talk to myself all the time and none of my friends do. They don't talk to themselves, just me. And she was really taken back. She thought there was something wrong with her. Like, should I be worried? Should I be talking to myself? And so, I have to guide her. It's like, I talk to myself all the time. And, this is an indication of a strong gift and ability that you have. So the other thing about talking to yourself is sometimes you're not actually just talking to yourself. So this is what I want you to know. When you're talking out loud and talking to yourself, you're also talking to your spiritual team and your loved ones in spirit, okay? And young kids that talk to themselves and have imaginary friends, as we talked about in day one, are often talking to their guides or loved ones in spirit, okay? And then they get answers and responses in different ways. So this is an indicator of a psychic ability. You don't have to have all of these, but if you have some of these, this is signs that clairaudience is opening up. And when you talk to yourself, you might be somebody that when you talk it through, you receive guidance, you receive answers, you receive downloads that come in, clarity comes through. It's almost like you find solutions to your own problems by talking it through with yourself or thinking about it. So this is how spirit will work through with you as well. When you're talking about the problems, they will give you the answers and the guidance as you're processing. So there you go. So let me know if you experience those, and I'll definitely come back and have a read of your comments. So what are some of the other ones? The other signs as well that I wanted to mention is sometimes people that are really clairaudient are very musical and they're very gifted with music. And so they can be people that can hear a song, hear it being played, and then be able to go and play it on the piano or play it on the guitar. So this can be something that they're really quite good at, that they're really tuned into sounds and into noise and to the subtle shifts in music and all of that. So they can be quite gifted musically. So I'm excited by this one because I want to share a couple of stories of, and we're going to do some practice to develop this today as well. But if you develop this is some of the experiences my students in the Psychic Mediumship Academy have been having since we've been developing these gifts. So they will start receiving exact names of loved ones in spirit who've passed. Now that is mind blowing. If you strengthen clairaudience and you can say, I have, Uncle Bill here, or whatever it is, or I'm getting the name Betty come through, with your reading, and it's that specific, which you can develop the ability to do that, and quite quickly for some of my students, then it is spot on. It gives people, we had students the other day in the Psychic Mediumship Academy, we did a reading for a lady, and her middle name was Marie, and the Nana that we were connecting with, her name was also Marie, or had Marie in her name. And one of the students actually picked the name Marie and said, the name Marie is coming through. And it was spot on. This lady was mind blown that of that connection. So it's so powerful in readings for other people, particularly if you're going on to do mediumship and you want to provide evidence of loved ones in spirit. If you can develop this ability to receive names and hear words like that, it's going to blow people away and provide people with so much comfort, so much reassurance, but also it's going to help give you guidance in your life. So let me know, have you heard words or phrases pop in as well, guiding you to do something, and then you followed it and then something incredible happened, or you were prevented from being hurt in some way? Share in the comments, because I'd love to hear these stories, because there's so many that people tell me about. Another story that I'll share on this as well, I mean, I'm always guided. I'm always hearing things, okay, and hearing voices, hearing spirit. I don't have any fear around it, right? When I worked as a psychologist with people with psychosis and schizophrenia, they would hear voices, but in that setting, they're led to believe that they're going crazy and that there's something wrong with them. And this is why I loved working in those spaces, because I can normalize it for them and help to release the fear around it. And so a lot of the mental illness that I would see, I mean, there was a lot of experiences that led to them having that, but the fear made everything worse. The more that we fear something, the more that we fear spirit, seeing visions, hearing, all of that, it affects us so much. And then the more that we create around us with our mind, that creates more fear. But if we can release all the fear around it and actually have fun with it and be excited and be joyful and see that this is our gifts opening up and this is a superpower we have and this is the most incredible gift we could possibly experience, is the ability to hear, see, sense, smell information, then it starts to become a fun experience and journey of enlightenment, of growth, of expansion, of mind-blowing, incredible experiences. And that's what my clients and students have on an experience on this journey. This is what this work has done for me. I have no fear around spirit whatsoever. Like, I absolutely love this work. I am obsessed with this work. There is nothing else out there like this. And the healing it provides to people, the comfort it provides, is beyond anything I've ever experienced in my life, you know. So I'm dedicated and committed to this work and helping as many of you to experience this as well and bring it into your own life. It's just so powerful. So I'm just going to read some of your comments before I go on. Yes. So Debbie's hearing names. I'm just going to go back. I've heard my name being called, my ears warming up. Yep, ears, tingling sensations. So Erin says, how can you tell the difference between your mind and spirit? That's a very good question. Okay, I'll answer that. Debbie says, I used to talk to myself as a teenager and I used to get picked on for it. Okay. So Jenny says, yes, my husband is still guiding me in my mind, thinking of do's and don'ts, which brings me to talk to myself all the time. I love that. But you're not really talking to yourself, Jenny. You're talking to your husband, which I love, and he can hear you. So the other part of this that I wanted to mention too is that when everything's energy, this is what I want you to remember about when you're thinking, when you're feeling things, we're sending an energetic frequency out into the universe. Spirit pick up on that frequency, your loved ones do. So as soon as you start talking about them, thinking about them, languaging things, asking for help, they draw near, they hear you, they hear everything, whether you're thinking it or whether you're saying it out loud or writing it. It's all energy, it's all the same, and it's all being received. So I want you to trust in that, you know, that you're never alone and they're always there supporting you and they do hear you. And, you know, when I do readings and bring your loved ones through, they prove that they've been hearing you talk to them and they know what you're doing in your life. You know, they'll always bring through that evidence to show you that they do hear you and they're right there with you. So let me know in the comments if you would like to develop clairaudience. How do you feel about being able to hear spirit and hear clear messages from spirit, from your guides? How does that feel for you? And before we keep going into that, I am going to ask the question that somebody mentioned is, how do I tell the difference between my ego and spirit? I think somebody asked that. This is a really great question. This is the biggest part, one of the biggest parts of the work when you develop as a psychic medium, is you starting to learn the difference. Now, I can try to explain to you what the difference is, and I'll give that a go. But the best way and the only way that I know that you learn the difference is through experience and practice. And this is what we do inside the Psychic Mediumship Academy. And this is why those that kind of come into the academy and invest in the time and energy into coaching start to rapidly unlock their gifts and understand them, okay? Because one of the things I do in there is help you to differentiate between what's your mind and what versus what is spirit and what is psychic. Okay, so I help you to understand that. But it's a really difficult one to know and to understand, because sometimes when you receive information from spirit and psychically, you'll hear it like a thought, like a word. So you need to be open to those thoughts and words dropping in. And so the way that we unpack and differentiate between what's the ego and what's psychic or spiritual, or spirit, sorry, is we do lots of practice readings when you work with me. And so we do lots of tuning into other people, picking up information in order for you to start to understand and get an experience of what is spirit, what is psychic, and what it feels like, because it's different for each of you. And it's one of those experiences you've got to learn, and you've got to be in it, and you've got to discover it for yourself to know the difference. Someone can tell you intellectually and logically what the difference is, but it won't land in the same way as it does when you're actually experiencing it for yourself. Okay, and so that comes with trial and error. And this is why when you're developing as a psychic, you've got to be open and not be afraid to get things wrong and to not be 100% accurate when you're developing, because you learn through getting things wrong. When somebody can't take the information or it didn't make sense, then you can learn and notice when your mind came in and when it didn't. And that's a big part of the development work that we do. Is like, but often too, if you trust what's coming through, even if the person can't quite take it in that moment, many times they come back later and tell me how that information all landed, or the practice reading we were doing, it didn't make sense, and then later it did. So we did a reading the other day for a lady who Nana came through, and the number 73 came through for one of the students, and 73 felt very significant. She said there's an age 73 and the year 73 is really significant. Now, I don't know if I got back to telling this student about it. She might be on live with us now. But this lady came back and said, at the time, I don't understand the 73. Later, she came back and she said, oh my gosh, my mum, who you were bringing through, was 73 when she died. And there was another significant date that her or her sister was born in 1973. I've forgotten the details, but that's just an example of learning to trust what you're receiving, giving it anyway, even if you don't know if it's going to be right or not. That's a big part of what we do. And then when you allow yourself to do that and you just open up and you're not worried about whether it's right or wrong, you start to access your psychic abilities more and more, and you start to trust what's coming through. Then you start to get an experience of noticing when you're in the psychic zone and when you're not. It's a feeling, it's a sensation, it's a knowing when you're in it and when you're not. And you only know the difference through just an experience. That's the best way I can answer that. But in the beginning, when you develop, you do start to think you're making it all up. Some of you, even with these practices, that will be going on for you. Even yesterday, you'll be thinking, oh, I'm just guessing, I'm just making it up. That's what people think. That's what the ego thinks when you start this work. But you've got to keep going. You've got to trust, and it's going to feel like you're making it up. And then all of a sudden, you're going to get more and more and more clarity come through and more specific information. And then it starts to blow you away and you start to realize that you're not making it up. And that's kind of the journey that I take people on, is to unlock that and be able to tap into the psychic zone. And so what we do then is we develop psychic abilities, and I do lots of practices and teachings like I'm doing here with you today. And then you're only as good a medium as you are a psychic, which means that we've got to focus on developing your psychic abilities and helping you to become a very strong psychic, and really starting to receive lots of information through all your senses, through seeing, hearing, feeling, sensing, knowing. We work on opening up all of those senses so that you're receiving really strong, accurate information. And then we work on raising your vibration. We work on increasing your ability to tune into spirit and tap in and start to receive information from them. That comes with the development, with the work. And then you start to receive information from spirit through all of your psychic senses. Okay, so this is kind of a bit of an overview of the journey to develop. Every single person can do this. I haven't I haven't worked with a single person who hasn't developed and opened up psychically or mediumship. It works. Like this is my zone of genius, as many of you have told me, and I do know that my ability to connect with spirit, my psychic, my mediumship abilities, my ability to teach you how to unlock your gifts, that's one of my zone of genius. It's just something that I've been gifted with, that spirit helped me with. It's my passion, it's my life's work. And then I do many other things to help people. So that's a bit on that. Okay. So yeah, so Tabitha's here. Hello. I'm so excited you guys are all coming on as well. We're going to do some practice really soon. So Laura Lee would love to develop clairaudience. And the thing is as well, it will come out of nowhere as well. I've seen this with students, and you start developing, you think that it's not happening, and then boom, more and more information starts to come through. So with consistency, with practice, this is the thing. This work requires those souls that are really committed. So if you want to become a psychic medium, being paid for this work, you want to bring it into your healing work, you want to use it to help yourself and others, you've got to be someone who's committed to practicing and getting better and doing the work. So it's like learning to play the piano. You don't just sit at the piano, then all of a sudden be able to play the most incredible piece of music. You know, if anyone's learned the piano, which I did when I was a child, it requires a lot of practice to be able to play a song beautifully. It requires dedication, commitment, consistency. It's like that with psychic and mediumship development. Any other part of your life, like we've got to keep practicing, keep developing, keep doing different exercises, being part of groups, part of circles. This is how you get better, and this is how you do it quickly. Okay, and then you've got to be committed to doing it for the rest of your life if you're somebody that wants to keep growing and evolving and getting better and better at what you do. So that's who spirit look for, is not just the people that have the gifts and abilities and the natural abilities, but there's a certain type of person that spirit really support and work with to develop, and they're those that show commitment to the work and the commitment to practice and to showing up and putting themselves outside their comfort zone and for following their intuition and taking action. And then, you know, you see that you start to become fully supported when you do that. So let's move into some practice now. I'm really excited. Yeah. So you notice that everyone develops the more that they practice. So what I want you to do, I'm going to give you some exercises to really start to strengthen and open up your clairaudience. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to get you to do is just, we're going to do a little bit of a meditation to help you tune into this and activate this. So I want you to just sit nice and comfortable, getting really relaxed, becoming aware of your feet firmly placed on the ground, your back resting against the chair, your arms on your lap, and just taking a few deep breaths in and out. Following the breath all the way in as it enters the body and all the way out as it leaves again. Allowing yourselves to feel nice and calm and relaxed. So what I would like you to do now is to bring your awareness to noticing any sounds that you can hear around you. I want you to pay attention and notice as many sounds as you possibly can. I want you to start to notice sounds that might be close by, like your breathing, your digestion. And then just start to notice any sounds that you can hear further at the distance. And just simply noticing and acknowledging what you can hear. Just allowing yourself to feel nice and calm and relaxed. And noticing if your mind starts to wander, just gently and lovingly invite it back to focusing on the sounds that you can hear around you. And just bringing your awareness to noticing your mind. Just tuning in and becoming aware of your mind. Noticing, is it busy? Is it quiet? Noticing and acknowledging any thoughts that do pop in. Or if your mind starts to wander, just noticing where it's wandering off to. So when you're ready, I'm going to invite in your guides. I would like you just to invite in your one main guide. We've got many guides, but we're going to invite your main guide to come in and stand next to you in the room. And then just usually going to come and stand next to you on your left. So, and just know that as you call them in, as you ask them to come closer and nearer to you, that they are right there with you. Anytime you call out to them, anytime you want guidance and support, they're dedicated to being right there with you, supporting you in any moment that you need them. I want you to invite your guide to come closer and see if you can sense and become aware of your guide. Ask them to touch you on the head, on the shoulder. Just noticing any subtle shifts in energy and temperature and tingling sensations, just paying attention to that, any warmth or cooling, just acknowledging that. Now I'd like you to ask your guide if they have a message for you, and I would like you to invite them to give it to you in auditory form. And just be open to anything that comes through. Ask them if there's anything that you need to know, any message that might help you in your life right now. And so when you're ready, just slowly start to bring yourself back. So wiggle your fingers, your toes, and gently open your eyes. Let me know in the comments if you heard anything, and be open. If you didn't experience anything, don't worry about it. People do. You're going to experience different things at different times when you're ready. And when it comes to hearing your spirit guides and increasing that connection, it doesn't always happen the first time you do it. For most people, it's not something that happens the first time they make the connection, but it does develop over time. Okay, and so through practice and dedication to this type of work that I'm doing with you now, eventually in time you will start to hear and you'll start to feel and you'll start to see and you'll start to sense. Okay, so it's having lots of these types of opportunities, and when your guides are ready to feel that you're ready for them to be known and for you to receive that information, they will give it to you. Okay, so trusting in that. And sometimes it might come in like your own thought. It might sound like your own thought that came in. Notice if you felt any changes in temperature, any shivers, any tingles. All of this is sign of spirit, okay? and that this is what you'll experience when they draw near. Now, clairaudience, I find, is quite rare that people have this strongly developed. It's usually something that people need to practice a lot in order to be able to hear spirit clearly. So for me, I've been practicing this for many years, and now it's clearer than it's ever been. But it's been a process to develop. But you may have this natural ability, which means that when you do commit to practicing this, it will open up very quickly for you. But most of us don't know that's us until we kind of dive into practices and we commit to the work. And then magic starts to happen, experiences start to happen that are just mind-blowing. So I'm just going to read some of your comments. So yeah, if you didn't hear anything, that's okay. You might not always the first time. Some of you sensed tingling on your hand, on your back, felt the touch, which is amazing. So this is always that your guides will let you know that they're there. This is also how it feels when I'm connecting in with spirit. I usually just feel shivers through my whole body. And I just now have a knowing and an awareness of spirit when they're there, and I also see them when they're coming in. But when I was first connecting, it was just a subtle shift in energy, just like that, the tingles, a feeling that someone was there, that sort of thing. So you heard, I heard it's going to be okay, keep going and soldier on. Then I heard, yeehaw, this is fun. Then my phone started playing an audio recording I did. Whoa, are you serious, Sue? That is amazing. So spirit are playing with your phone there. And I've had many students have these experiences of waking up in the middle of the night and then music is playing in their room, or lights are on, that they turn the lights off and the lights are on. So this is spiritual activity, and your guides will also do this. So I want you to know too, if you have these experiences at night or like 3 in the morning, or you wake up with songs in your head or words and phrases, your spirit guides will also come to you at those hours. If they really have a message they want to bring through, they will come at 3, 4 in the morning, because you're in the most relaxed, receptive state, and it's easier for them to come through and pass on a message. So if any of those things happening, then you need to pay attention to what's coming through and what you're seeing, feeling, sensing in those moments. Okay, so Jenny said, I didn't hear or feel any touch. My mind was busy wondering who my main guide was. Yeah, so I do a lot of strengthening the connection with your guides. If you haven't already done the Connect to Your Spirit Guides masterclass, that's an incredible one if you want to really develop and strengthen the connection to your guides, which is the most important part to any spiritual work. So if you want to develop as a psychic medium, everything starts with strengthening the connection with your guides and your spiritual team, because they're the ones that help you to develop. They're also the gatekeeper between you and spirit. And so they ensure that only the spirit or the energy of the highest vibration with the purest of intent will come and connect with you. So that's kind of the first part of the work that we do together when you develop your gifts with me. But if you just want to do that part and start with the Connect to Your Spirit Guides, you can purchase the masterclass for that, which we go deep into that, and I give you more exercises and practices to strengthen that connection with your guides. So if you want that information, just send us a DM and then we'll forward that on to you. Yes. Okay. So Tamara heard rest, and Tabitha, I was told that I need to rest because I've been stretching myself too thin, dedicate myself to them as they have to me, but most importantly, rest and don't feel guilty. I love that. That's so beautiful. I think that's a really powerful message for a lot of people right now. I've been receiving that a lot from my guides as well, that it's okay to let yourself rest. It's okay to pull back from the doing, okay? And whether you're in work and business or you're a mum or whatever's going on for you, absolutely, we've got to allow ourselves to rest and not be doing, and be okay with that and release the guilt around that, because you know, we're in a society of just go, 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 do, move, move, move. And if you really want to strengthen your connection with your guides and receive more clarity and information in your life, we need times to rest. We need times to be quiet, to go within in order to receive the information. And when it comes to strengthening your psychic abilities, you need to be able to sit quietly. You need to be able to meditate. Is part of it. This is one part of the development. There's lots of other things that you can do as well. But having times to be quiet and tuning in to receive the guidance is really important. So you got chills, Tabitha. I love that. So you obviously really needed to hear it. So there's a lot here as well coming through. I'm going to do some readings for you guys in a moment as well. I'm going to try and do some readings to finish off the session because I thought that would really be fun, and my guides are really encouraging me to do it. So I'm excited for that. So with a general reading on that as well, there's a lot coming through that I can feel in the energy around comparison to other people and feeling we need to be further along, or we need to be doing more and earning more and being more successful and being where other people are. If you're relating to this, then you need to hear this message. So what I want you to remember, and what spirit are coming through around this, is that remembering that we are all one, we are all connected, we are all from the same source. We are all from the same source, and we are all mirrors of one another. Okay. And so when you see somebody else that has what you want or is where you want to be in your life, they're another aspect, another version of you. And if it's possible for them, it's possible for you, that you can experience those things. And sometimes they're showing you what is also possible for you. But we have this feeling like we're separate and we're different, or we're less than others. Okay. This is part of the human experience, and that we're not good enough, or we're not as pretty or as smart enough, or as whatever it is as somebody else. And we measure our worth against what other people are doing, on how we measure up against everybody else. But that's the best way to always feel never good enough if we do that, right? And so I want you to just remember, and Spirit want you to remember, that you've had many lifetimes, you've had many lifetimes, and you have had lifetimes where you've been all different people with all different experiences of life. You've had lifetimes where your spiritual gifts are really activated and strong, and you've utilized those. You've had other lifetimes where you've chosen not to be awake spiritually, to experience that and to see what that's like. You've had lifetimes where you've been really successful, you've had lots of money, lots of wealth. Then you also want to experience lifetimes where you have struggled with wealth and struggled to attain it. So we get to experience all different parts of life, and this isn't the only chance that you get. And so we need to release the pressure we place on ourselves to cram everything into the one life and do everything that we want to do. It's like we've got to balance that with desire and excitement to want to experience certain things in life, and want to have material things and the joyful experiences, and wanting to develop and stretch ourselves and see what we're capable of. But we need to balance that with knowing that we're enough as we are, and knowing that we don't have to do anything. We don't have to push ourselves and hustle and force ourselves to be somewhere that we're not right now. You know, this is the key of finding the balance in that, in following your unique energy. If you don't feel you have the energy and capacity to do something right now, allow that to be okay. It doesn't mean that you're missing out, or that other people are moving too quickly ahead of you, or that you're never going to get there. It's a balance of looking after yourself, resting, tuning in, following your own energy, your own cycle, and then being excited for what's happening, being excited for more, being excited for all the incredible things you can experience, but also realizing it's so amazing right now what you've already created, what you've already done. I want you to really remember this, because as humans, we struggle with what I'm talking about. Every single one of us struggle with this, even myself. And it's constant work for us to remind ourselves of how proud we are of what we've already achieved. And remember that one person's success and another person's success is different. We value different things. You know, your version of success might be to have a really happy home, and to have really good, healthy food on the table, and to have things organized, and your kids having activities after school and whatever it might be. That might be your version of a success and successful home. And that is amazing. That is enough. You might be someone where your partner brings in more of the money, and then you've decided that you want to be more home with the kids. There's nothing wrong with that. And this is a stage of your life as well. And that if you still have desires and goals and dreams and things you want to do, there's more time. You've got more time. There doesn't have to be a rush. And remembering that everything that you've been through is been giving you the skills, the resources, the lessons to move forward in your life and have the things that you desire to have and create. So when things are difficult as well, it's understanding that you're given the experiences that are going to shift you in ways that are going to help you in your life moving forward. And unfortunately and sadly, a lot of our big lessons come from painful, difficult experiences. It sucks, and I wish it was different. I wish we didn't have to go through pain in order to expand. But sometimes we have to go through difficult times in order to learn lessons, to gain wisdom, to expand, so that we can move forward in our life and that we can achieve the things that our soul came here to achieve and to move and to work through. So we've got to trust that wherever we are out on our journey is exactly where we're meant to be. Okay, and there's no rush, and that you doing what makes you happy, you finding joy and happiness and fulfillment with where you are, in my opinion, is the most important thing. And that looks different to everyone else. You know, if you don't want to be, you know, working 30, 40 hours a week and you're happy doing what you're doing and working less, or, you know, if you don't have a big career and, you know, you're nannying or babysitting or whatever it might be, it's like, enjoy that. Are you happy doing it? Do you enjoy where you are? Because that is the most important thing. We've got to remember that. And we think that if I have a successful business, or I get to this certain place, or once I activate my gifts and I'm amazing at what I do, then I'll be happy. But we forget that happiness can only ever be found in the present moment. And we're chasing a feeling in the future that can be accessed now. So this is a big part of the message coming through from Spirit, is just enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride, really have fun with where you are, see the beauty in life now. And working with Spirit gives this to me a lot, when I see that, you know, at any moment things can change. We are all going to the same place. We are all going to the spirit world, and we're all going to meet up again, you know, and sometimes life is short and we want to spend it enjoying every aspect of it while we're here, valuing the relationships, the friendships, the connections that we do have. You know, it's just a beautiful life. It really can be. So I really want you to focus on that. Be really proud of yourselves for where you're at on your journey, everything you've moved through and experienced, all the pain, all the heartache, all the challenges that you've moved through and continue to move through. Like, I'm so proud of you. You know, I'm so proud of you. And this is what Spirit is saying, is like, we're so proud of you. Being human is hard. We've got you. It's going to get easier. It's not going to stay the way it is. So the big message from Spirit is coming through. There's a few things. Is, for some reason, I feel like what they're really talking about is, this is a time where you really need to focus on yourself and your own healing. So many of you are going to have to really kind of pull back and go inward. This is what I'm feeling, and really rest, look after yourself, nourish your mind, nourish your body in order to expand and move forward. It's like that rest period, and doing that is so important right now for many of you. Allow that to be. Let yourself just be. Just be where you are. Don't have to rush, don't have to book things, don't have to be somewhere else. Just be where you are now. Rest, look after yourself, because big shifts are coming. I do feel that, okay? Big shifts are coming, but we've got to rest, and we've got to recalibrate, and we've got to re-energize in order to move forward on the path, okay? And when it's your time to move forward on the path, and this is around your spiritual gifts as well and activating them, you will know, you'll get a feeling, you'll get a nudge, you'll know it's time. And I want you to trust yourself. Trust when you need to move, you'll know, and you'll be guided. Does that make sense? And that feeling to me is an excitement, it's an energy, it's a pull, it's a can't wait, like I've got to do this, I need to do this, this is my time. That will come, okay? And that's when you move. That's when you make those decisions and you move. And if that's not happening, look after yourself, rest, allow yourself to be where you are, okay? So I really hope that helps you guys, because I'm feeling that strongly for everybody. And really ask for help. You're never alone with what you're going through. What I want to say to all of you, we've got this beautiful big community of like-minded people here that reach out to people if you're needing support. Share how you're feeling. Open up. If you need help around your home, if you need help with your kids, if you need help with your mental health and your mindset and your feeling, and help with your business, or you're feeling stuck, ask for help. Ask friends. Let them know. Let people in. Let people in, because when you express how you're feeling and what you're struggling with and what you're going through, it gives other people permission to go, oh, thank God it's not just me. Thank God, like I'm not alone. Because we're in this society where we can paint this perfect picture, this perfectionism of I've got it all sorted, I've got it all together as a mum, you know, as an entrepreneur, or being on social media or whatever it is. we always just keep wanting to paint this perfect side. I see this all the time from so many people. And let's just not be afraid to just reveal our vulnerable side and to be honest and to be real with ourselves and with the people that we trust. You know, because whatever you're struggling with, whatever you're going through, somebody else around you is either in it or has just been through it. Okay. And so I want you to remember just how connected we all are, and we're here on this journey together. Okay. And it's not easy, but this is why, to me, relationships, connections is the most important thing in life. That's what carries us through the hard times, right? So connection with people here, but also connection with your loved ones in the spirit world. I believe that the most important investment of our time and energy is in relationships. Relationship with ourselves, relationship with God, universe, angels, spirit, and relationship with other people. Honestly, to me, that is the most joyful part of life. And it can have its challenges too, I understand that. But human connection, to me, it's like all the money in the world. Like, you could have all the money in the world, but if you don't have strong connections and friendships and support and people that you just feel like you can be your full self with, like, what is that all going to mean? And so if you've got incredible friendships and people, but maybe you don't have all the money that you want in the world, focus on what you do have and focus on how incredible that is. Those relationships, your children, your partner, your parents who are alive, if they are, because not everybody has that, you know. That's what we want to be focusing on, and really finding the joy in life in the here and now. So that's the message from Spirit for all of you. I'm going to do a few mini readings now. So let me know if you'd like one. And I'm going to stay on and do a few little mini readings. Oh, beautiful, Debbie. And yes, reach out to each other. You know, if you feel you want to connect with someone, one of the things that brings me the most joy in doing this work is connecting people. I am a connector. That's just what I've always done my whole life. And so you're going to find some incredible friends in here, I promise you. You really are. And lifelong friendships, soul friendships. So if you feel drawn to reach out to someone and connect to someone and form a relationship, you know, do it. Okay, so let me see who I'm coming to. So Tabitha, I'm going to come to you. Interesting, Tabitha. So what I'm really feeling for you at the moment, again, it's that interesting message that was coming through before. For you, Tabitha, it's really resting, recovery right now, and just relaxing, calming the nervous system. This is what I'm really feeling for you. It's like your spiritual gifts are opening up rapidly and you're working hard on that. And it's almost like I can feel the energy and intention you've put into the work, and they're just celebrating you for that. And you've got a strong connection with your guides coming through. I love that. But it's almost like, I don't know if you've recently actually been sick or had a cold, but this is what they're making me aware of, is just how much you just need to rest and slow down just for the moment, you know, for the next few days. And trust that the clarity is going to come through as well. I see you doing lots of readings, Tabitha. So I don't know if you've started doing them, but they're showing me you doing that and having more readings, more bookings. But it's, I need to rest before this happens. This is what they're showing me. Okay. There is a desire for you to grow more and to grow a business, because they're making me aware of that as well. And there is going to be lots of readings coming in for you. So I feel like you're going to get a lot more bookings coming in for readings. So I'm really excited for you about that. But it's almost like I've got this sense of I want to be further along than I am. So this is what they're showing me. It's like, I want the success, I want all the things, and I want it now. But you've got to trust that it's all coming, it's all on its way. But there's a lot of inner work happening for you at the moment, a lot of working on your belief, your trust in yourself, your own value, your worth. And I feel like you're building up your confidence more and more. And this is a big part of the work. And this is going to help you to have more success in your business as well, Tabitha, is really starting to build up that confidence in yourself and your belief in yourself. That's going to allow you to attract a lot more people. So I feel like this is the journey that you're on at the moment. Okay. Interesting. All right, I'm going to send you lots of love, Tabitha. I'm just going to go through a few different people so I can get through as many people as I can. Okay, let me just see who I'm drawn to. Yay, there's so many of you on. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's focus. Okay, Leash Monks. Are you still there? Let me know. Okay, Leash, can you give me a comment and let me know if you're still there? Yeah, okay, I'm going to go with you, Leash. So I feel such a beautiful energy with you, Leash, as well. And I feel such a connection with spirit. So I'm just going to tune in a bit more. There's a lot of flowers coming through around you, Leash, as well. And I feel like this is coming through from spirit. Okay, there's a real mother type energy and spirit with you. So I'm just going to tune into who that is and give you a message. I feel very much a connection to you, sort of slowing down, being in nature. All of this is what's coming through at the moment. And I'm seeing you writing and journaling to spirit. So this is one of the messages in order to strengthen that connection. I do feel like a mother energy and spirit, like a mother, grandmother energy. I'm just trying to tune into who that is. But they're showing me you writing to spirit. So I don't know if you already do that or you've been journaling, but this feels very important part of your journey to start to write out what it is that you desire, what you want in life, what you want support around. This is what they're inviting you to do to get some clarity. And it's really, this is a time for you to really start to envision and dream about what you want to create, what you want to move into. This feels like a really exciting time for you to do that. Okay, I do feel life being quite busy and it's like trying to find the space and time for you. I can see that's been difficult because they're just showing me the busyness of life. Okay. Let me know if there's a particular area of your life you want me to give you some guidance around as well. Awesome. So the journaling, that's amazing. Really powerful for you, Leash, as well. Okay. And I also am picking up a shift in you right now. It's like what I'm feeling, Leash, for you is a questioning of life, a questioning of where I'm at, what I really want, what I desire, and just reevaluating everything. So I do see you reevaluating everything and looking into recreating your life in a new way. This is what feels really important. So, Leash, this is something funny and random. Have you thought of outsourcing cleaning? Because this is what they're showing me. They're showing me you outsourcing cleaning and tasks around the home to free you up to do the things you enjoy doing. So let me know about that because I feel some resistance and hesitancy to hand over tasks, but this is what spirit are coming through for you with and encouraging you to do that, to create more space and time for you doing the things that you want to do. Because I see you and feel that you're quite bogged down with household duties and things like that. Okay. Let me just see. So they're showing me big shifts in your career and in finances coming through as well. And then a lot of success coming in, okay? So let me just see what's coming in there. And also promotion with the work that you're doing. So that's really interesting. Oh, you were clean already. There's a promotion coming in, Leash, an opportunity to advance in your career. So that's what they're showing me with more money coming in. It's almost feeling like a new job or a higher paying job coming in. That's what they're showing me. So I don't know if you're applying or where you're at, but they're showing me that's going to be coming through for you the next few months. So let me know how that goes and what happens, Leash. But I'm going to send you lots of love. Yeah, and I'm going to move on so I can get through a few people, but sending you lots of love, Leash. Okay. Okay, Ree, are you still there, lovely? All right. Let me know if you're there, Ree. Otherwise, I need to come to somebody else. All right, while I'm waiting for you, Ree, I'm going to come to you, Kate. Okay, Ree, I'll come back to you in just a minute, okay? I'll do you next. So, okay, Kate, I'm coming to you. Do you know what they're showing me with you, Kate, is movement and exercise. Okay, so I feel this is really important for you and having space and time for movement and exercise on your own. So this feels really, really good and really peaceful. And I'm seeing you having your own space to meditate and to do yoga, and they're showing me candles and things like that, and just finding this place of peace and balance within yourself feels really good and really important. Let me see what else they're bringing through. There's a lot of healing they're talking about coming through for you, Kate. It's healing work around forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness from people from the past, relationships in the past, relationships with parents, all of that as well. So there's a journey of healing and forgiveness, and a lot to do with yourself as well, you know, really starting to forgive yourself for choices, decisions that you've made, and really start to love yourself and connect to yourself even more, and really back yourself and trust yourself. This is what they're talking about, is you're on this real kind of personal growth, personal development journey. I feel a big expansion coming in there. Okay, and it's important for you to earn your own money as well, they're showing me, and be able to spend that and do things that you want to do for yourself, because they're showing me you having more money coming in and being able to do more things for yourself. They're also showing shopping and healthy food and all of this, so that feels like it's very important to you. Let me see. Okay. So the yoga is going to expand a lot more for you. I see you doing more classes, and they're showing me more attendance, that growing as well. So that's really, really exciting. I really want you to go with that. I feel like you've got a lot of downloads of inspiration coming through around yoga. And I want you to do this because this is for fun. This is for joy. This is for doing something for you and bringing in your own money as well. So they're really backing you and supporting you with that. So I'm going to send you lots of love, Kate. And Ree, I'm coming back to you. Okay, let me know what area of your life you want some guidance around, Ree, or if you just want a general reading, and I will tune into you. Okay, so let me know if you want a general reading, Ree, or just, yeah, general. Okay. All right, I'm going to do a few. Let's go. Ree, I do feel a very strong connection to you with spirit and with your guides. Okay. And, you know, I'm seeing a lot of like beautiful friendship connections and a beautiful kind of relaxed type of lifestyle. This is what they're kind of showing me, having this space. It feels like it's a time in your life where you're able to kind of slow down and tune in more. And I feel like there's more time in your day. It's more time to do things that you want to do for yourself. This is what they're showing me. So whether that's now or coming up, this feels really good, really peaceful. But I do feel a desire to learn and to grow. I really do feel like that with you, Ree. It's like, especially all things spiritual, it's like I feel a real excitement to dive into all of that. And it's almost like now you finally got the time to do it. You know, it's time for you, and it's time for you to explore these things that you're really passionate about. I'm also aware of like crystals and Reiki and all of this with you, Ree. So that might be something that's coming in, or that you're already using, but that's what they're showing me. And definitely healing hands, Ree. So you've definitely got a powerful healing ability here. And you're also quite psychic, is what they're telling me, that you already actually receive psychic information. I see you working on people and doing sessions and receiving psychic information. So the next step for you is really opening up your connection with spirit and mediumship, because I actually feel like you've got that ability, because they're actually with you in the sessions. They're showing me that they're with you in the sessions, and you've been working a lot and doing spiritual work. This is what they're showing me. You've got a very strong connection with your guides and your spiritual team. So that's really, really exciting. Do you wear crystal necklaces and things like that, Ree? Because this is just something that they're showing me. And I see like fragrances and smells and like essential oils and things like that. I'm just becoming aware of all of that around you. But yeah, your home and everything feels so peaceful, Ree. I feel like you're in a good space in your life right now. You wear a moonstone, just like me. I wear a moonstone. I love this. Okay. And yeah, I just definitely feel your gifts are really opening up now more than ever. Okay. So this is a really good time for you to be activating and exploring your gifts even more, because this has always been with you, and it's something that's really coming out right now for you. So there you go. That's Beautiful, Ree. So I'm going to close off the connection there and just send you so much love. And yeah, you're doing incredible work. Absolutely. You've already got a natural gift. So I can definitely feel that you doing this work, you'll activate really quickly because you're already very claircognizant as well. They're making me aware of just you having a knowing and a feeling about things. So really trust that and trust that with yourself, that you can really strengthen this connection. Okay. All right, so let me just, I'm going to send you so much love, Ree. But definitely, yeah, reach out to me if you want some help to develop, because I definitely feel like it's a good time for you to do that. Let's see what time it is. So, I'm just going to see who else I'm coming to. Beautiful. Right. Michelle, are you still there, lovely? I'm just going to do, a couple more, and then I need to start to finish up the session today. Let me know if you're still there, Michelle. Do you want a general reading, or do you want me to bring through some guidance around something specific in your life? Let me see. While I'm just waiting for Michelle, what I want you guys to do, so I'm just going to tune in for you, Michelle, while I'm doing that. I want you to sort of practice something to really help develop your gifts. So when it comes to the clairaudience, something that you can practice in your own time is really meditating and tuning into hearing sounds around you and focusing on them, and then asking to receive information through clairaudience from your guides. You know, to ask that regularly, to be opening up, because when you set the intention with what you want support around, they can come in and help you. So that's something that I want you to do. And also around the clairvoyance is practice holding images of loved ones, people you know, in your mind's eye, and see if you can get as much detail as you possibly can around what they look like, because this is going to be another exercise to really help you see clearly and have those clear visions coming through. The other part that they're letting me know about is, having intentional time to rest, to meditate, to tune in. Tabitha asked something about that. So with meditation, I mean, yes, it's important for spiritual development and connection for sure. But if anything, it's about quietening your mind. The key to this work is about learning to quieten your mind. The key to developing and opening up psychically and receiving channeled information and information from spirit is your ability to be able to take control of your mind. And what I mean by that is the ability to notice your mind, become aware of it, and invite it to focus on the breath, or invite it to focus on what you can hear, what you can touch, what you can taste, what you can smell. So taking control of your mind so it's doing what you're asking it to do. This is a big part of the development of this work, because when the mind just runs the show and just says what it wants to say, and it does what it wants to do and has all these random thoughts that just play all day long, we're not in control of the mind. We're not conscious, we're not aware. And it's very important, the first stage of one of the earliest stages of developing these gifts is to be able to pay attention, to notice your mind, to notice your thoughts, and to be able to invite it to do what you're asking it to do. So with meditation, it doesn't have to be like deep meditation. It can just be focusing on your breath. And maybe you just sit and just focusing on your breath for a few minutes, noticing that coming into the body and leaving again. Okay. Yes, you can meditate with music, anything that allows you to focus your mind on something else rather than being in all of your thoughts. Going for a walk in nature is also great and really grounding and a way for you to tune in. Some of my best ideas and messages, they all come through in nature when I'm walking or at the beach or something like that. So there's all these other things that you can do to be able to open up the connection and receive. Writing and journaling is another important tool, you know, to start to write to your guides and angels and your spirit team. So it doesn't have to be, 20, 30-minute long meditations if you can't do that. It's just anything to quieten and focus your mind. And it might just be when you're walking, tuning into noticing sounds, and just start with that. Okay. So I'm just going to come back to Michelle. All right. So I'm going to tune in for you, Michelle. Okay. So I feel like with you, Michelle, that you have been asking for guidance around this and asking for support around your relationships and love life. Okay. So let me just tune in to see what I'm getting for you. I do feel a sadness and disappointment around it for you, Michelle. It's like things not working out the way that you would like them to be. Okay. And I do feel a sense of like loss and loneliness coming in as well, and grief. Okay. So I'm just aware of that at the moment. So I'm just going to see what messages come through for you. Again, it's really quite interesting, Michelle. I feel like the most important, again, it's that message that came through early that's coming through for you, is really investing in the most important relationship in your life is the relationship you have with yourself. And I feel like at the moment, it's like you're wanting to be able to receive love in a particular way. But what they're showing me is that in order to receive that, in order for things to improve with your relationships and connections, it's about building on that relationship with yourself first and foremost. They're showing me your own healing, your own ability to love and accept yourself. That is a part of your journey at the moment. And even just things like asking yourself what you want to do today, doing things just for you, just because you want to do them, because you deserve it, and because you love who you are, nourishing yourself, looking after yourself. This feels really important. And at the moment as well, like friendships, connections, finding joy, finding things that you enjoy doing, hanging out with friends, seeing people feels really important for you right now. This is kind of what they're showing me. And in doing that and focusing on yourself and your own healing and feeling good within yourself, things start to shift in terms of relationships for you. So I feel a distance with a male as well. So I'm just trying to make sense of that as well. I don't know if you're still in a relationship or not, but there's this distance with another male that I can feel in separation. And I do feel like you're feeling on your own as well, because there's that sense coming through as well. But I don't feel like, I think that what I said is how things are going to start to move forward. They're also encouraging you to connect with like-minded people and communities. So spiritual communities, meditation groups, spiritual groups, things like that feels really important for you at the moment as well, to kind of connect back in, Michelle. I feel a sense of you losing yourself a little bit, if that makes sense. So this is really about you reconnecting to who you are and loving who you are and finding the joy in life. And in doing so, things will really shift around relationships for you. That's what they're showing me. All right, so I need to start to finish up, ladies. I'm sending you all so much love. Beautiful. So I'm excited. We've got so much more coming through over the next couple of days. We're going to go into Clairaudience. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. I've got to check. So I'll be back on here tomorrow. So remember as well to watch the replays and to comment if you're watching the replay so that we know, because we're going to be doing the prize draw later in the week. And my team will be picking people that have like interacted and engaged in the group and on all of the days. And then we'll be doing the prize winner. If you haven't already tagged friends in this experience as well, you go in the draw to win a reading with me for yourself and your friends. So that would be a lot of fun. So keep practicing the exercises. I hope you enjoyed today. And there's so much that I can share with you. This is just kind of a taste of the work and the work that I do. There's so much more to it, but I wanted to give you that experience of what it's like. And let me know how you go. If you have any other spiritual experiences happening, if you start to hear, see, feel more, definitely pop it in the group, share with us. I love hearing about spiritual experiences. I want you to kind of pay attention to what's happening and the ways that spirit are communicating with you and working through with you and letting you know that they're there. So I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for being here, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.